There was once a carpenter who had spent his entire life building houses. For 40 years. He woke up early every morning, put on his worn work boots, and created homes for families in his town. He was known as the best carpenter in the entire county. His work was perfect. Every corner was exact. Every nail was placed with care. People would travel from neighboring towns just to hire him. But as the years passed, the carpenter grew old. His hands, once strong and steady, began to shake. His back, once straight and proud, began to bend. The work that once brought him joy now felt heavy and tiring. One morning, his boss called him into the office. "I have some news," the boss said. "I know you have been thinking about retirement. I want you to build one more house. Just one. And after that, you can rest. You have earned it." The carpenter nodded, but in his heart, he felt something different. He felt tired. He felt ready to be done. And secretly, he felt angry that he had to build one more house. Why one more? He thought. Haven't I given enough? So he made a decision. He would build this last house. But he would not give it his best. He would use cheap materials. He would rush through the work. He would cut corners wherever he could. After all, what did it matter? It was his last house. He would never see it again. And that is exactly what he did. The wood he used was not the finest oak he usually selected. It was whatever was cheapest at the lumber yard. The paint he used was thin and watery. The tiles he laid were crooked. The windows did not close properly. Day after day, he worked with half a heart. When his assistant pointed out mistakes, the carpenter waved him away. "It is good enough," he would say. "No one will notice." 3 months later, the house was finished. It looked beautiful from the outside. But inside, it was full of problems. The floors creaked. The doors stuck. The roof leaked when it rained. The carpenter stood in front of the house, looking at his work. Even with all its flaws, it still looked like a nice home. He felt a small sense of satisfaction. At least it was done. Then his boss walked up beside him. He was holding a small box with a red ribbon. "This house is yours," the boss said, handing him the box. The carpenter froze. "What?" he whispered. "This is your retirement gift." The boss smiled. "You have built homes for others your whole life. Now it is time for you to have a home of your own. This house belongs to you." The carpenter opened the box. Inside was a set of golden keys. His hands began to shake. But this time, it was not from age. It was from regret. He looked at the house again. The crooked tiles, the cheap wood, the leaking roof. He saw every shortcut he had taken. He saw every moment when he said, "It is good enough." He saw every time he chose the easy way instead of the right way. And he realized the terrible truth. He had been building his own house all along. He just did not know it. If he had known this house was for himself, he would have used the best materials. He would have checked every measurement twice. He would have made sure every window opened smoothly and every door closed perfectly. He would have built a masterpiece. But now it was too late. The carpenter learned the most painful lesson of his life. We are all building our own houses. Every single day, every choice we make, every task we complete, every relationship we build, these are the materials of our lives. When we do our work with half a heart, we are building a weak foundation for our own future. When we cut corners and say, "It is good enough," we are creating problems for ourselves later. When we give less than our best, we are stealing from our own happiness. But here is the beautiful truth. It is never too late to start building better. The carpenter did not move into that house. Instead, he spent the next 6 months fixing every mistake he had made. He replaced the cheap wood with strong oak. He straightened every tile. He fixed every leak. It cost him time and money. It was hard work, but when he finally moved in, he knew he had built something he could be proud of. So here is the lesson for you today. You are building your house right now. With every decision you make, with every hour you spend, with every relationship you create. Build it with care. Build it with love. Build it as if you will live in it forever. Because in a way, you will. Your work is your signature. Your effort is your legacy. Your attitude is the foundation of everything that comes next. Build wisely. Build beautifully. Build something that makes you proud. Because at the end of the day, the house you build is the life you live.